When someone mentions the king to you, what comes to mind? Michael Jackson? Hee hee. Joffrey? Elvis? Jesus? Not me. There's one king that I think of, and that is Bruce Campbell.
Hail to the king, baby.
Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional, and this is Dave from nERD, and I'm accompanied by my wife Jenn, also from nERD, and we are celebrating the 31 days of Halloween. And on this episode, we are talking about Bubba Ho-Tep. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Sebastian Haff is in his final years in a nursing home and claims to be the real Elvis, and the only person that believes him is the Black JFK, because that makes sense, who was forced into hiding. They apparently dyed him.
Yes.
As residents begin to die, Elvis is attacked by a giant scarab and then discovers hieroglyphics carved on the wall of a bathroom. That's right. A mummy has come to collect souls at the nursing home, and Elvis, with the help of Black JFK, have to fight him.
This movie is as fun as it sounds.
Yeah.
And it has all the Bruce Campbell goodness that you would expect to see from an Evil Dead film thrown in as Elvis. And it seems like he was kind of born to play this role.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then, of course, you have Ozzie Davis as JFK, and the two of them
as
together.
Black JFK.
Yeah, the two of them together were just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, they were in their prime. Obviously, Bruce Campbell's still great. Ozzie Davis in his prime was amazing, too. So the two of them together was just so funny.
Sebastian Haff, a.k.a. Elvis, is bedridden in the nursing home. And we kind of find out how Sebastian is really Elvis as he gives a story about when he traded lives with somebody because he just wanted to get out of the game. And now here he is kind of thinking about his life in bed and all the things that he's missed out on.
Yeah. So he's actually stuck in bed for most of the movie.
What, you mean in real life or in the movie?
In real life, because of the movie equipment. All of the lighting and the film equipment was really big and the room was really small, so he couldn't get out of the bed. He had to stay there. So he actually had to use the real hospital bedpan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's before or after he got into the fight with the giant bug in the movie.
They did mention it was the same bedpan that he fought the bug with.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Giant bug that they all say giant fucking cockroach.
Yeah.
Must be about that big.
Yeah, exactly.
And typical Bruce Campbell fashion, he's fighting it off with the bedpan, which is pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And with all the classic Elvis signature moves. He's also dealing with old age issues in this film, so there are a couple of scenes that may not be appropriate for younger viewers, and that includes getting cream in a part that does no longer work for him.
Yeah, until it does. And before Bruce accepted the role of Elvis, he had only one question for the director. Are you going to show the penis? That seems like exactly something Bruce would say.
So in this movie, the residents all start dying off one by one, and we have Black JFK that's kind of like, wait a minute, something's going on here, and he tries to talk Elvis into, hey, there's a mummy here, and at first Elvis doesn't take it serious.
Yeah, he said there's no fucking mummy.
Yeah. In Elvis speak.
Yeah.
And we get to that point where they have that classic duel with the mummy, who is a mummy dressed in cowboy garb.
Yeah, like
I thought that was interesting.
Ranger or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are in Texas, so I guess
they are.
Instead of having a nude mummy, you have a cowboy mummy.
Yeah, they are in Mud Creek, Texas, which is apparently a real place.
One of the iconic scenes for me in this film is the final lead up into that battle.
Mm-hmm.
You have Elvis with his walker.
Yeah.
Going down there, and then you have Black JFK next to him in a wheelchair,
His
slowly.
little, like his jazzy or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie is definitely, it's funny as hell. It's got decent action scenes in it. Dialogue is good because it's Bruce Campbell. So, it seems like the dialogue is written for him. And Ozzie Davis was great. I almost think he almost stole it from Bruce Campbell in this.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
But Ozzie Davis was always really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason he had a long career. So he was always really good. And I definitely think that he took the edge a little bit over Bruce Campbell. So
this was originally supposed to have a sequel, which would have been interesting because it would have been Bubba Nosferatu.
Yes, I was just reading about that. And actually, they are still actively working on it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it someday, but they are still actively working on the script. So, I mean, I don't know who's going to play him by the time. I don't know who's going to play the roles by the time they get down to it, but I mean, maybe someday.
Yeah, now this film was brought to you by a horror legendary director. Depending on how you view his films, it's Don Casarelli.
Yeah.
And he did the Phantasm movies. He did Jason Dies at the end, and then he did Beastmaster. So he doesn't have a huge selection of films out there, but for what he has out there, they're all memorable films.
And for the most part, he does his films on a pretty low budget. This one had a budget of $500,000, which they said is like a quarter of a Hollywood blockbuster film. It took 30 days to film, which they actually said was long for a low budget film. And there was a cool trailer park explosion, and that was actually filmed in one take.
Well, you have to film explosions in one take, I would imagine, because then you have to go find other stuff.
Well, they have to, sometimes they have to actually go find other stuff, but it actually really did happen in a trailer park. I hope they didn't blow up anyone's home, but...
that or a tornado will get it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And you know what we do here for 31 Days of Halloween. We want to hear your review and your rating for this film. So drop those in the comments either on YouTube or drop them over on social media. Let's talk about the film. There's been some really good conversations this week about some of our picks. Other people are loving the visit.
It's a good movie.
It's his best.
Yes.
So let us know by leaving those in the comments here. This film here, if you like Shaun of the Dead, you're going to love this movie. If you like Evil Dead 2, you're going to love this movie. If you like Bruce Campbell, period, in any of the stuff that he's done, whether it's been on Xena or Briscoe County Jr., whatever that TV show name was, or The Man with the Screaming Brain, you're going to love this film. So definitely check it out this Halloween. And
don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and share.
Yes, please do. And until tomorrow,
see ya.